Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Brad. Love to spend my time traveling to the backcountry, splitboarding, avid backcountry enthusiast. 2021, I got an opportunity. A buddy of mine that lives down in Bend invited me and another bud to come down from Portland to go check out a zone in Sandy Ann Pass. Never been there before. Place is super awesome. So we get up there about 9 o'clock in the morning and we tour in, and it's a beautiful blue sky day. There had been about 6 inches of snow that dumped that night. So the stoke was pretty high.
Oh, that is some magical powder right there.
So we do this tour up this ridge line. It takes us about an hour to tour up and in because we move pretty quick because it's a low angle tour into this zone. You kind of just go in up the Three Finger Jack Trail. We get to the top of this zone, we walk to the top of the bowl and we just look out and around and I just see all these big cornice lips, you know, the whole way going kind of like west and up north through the bowl. So we start in this one zone that we looked where the cornice wasn't super prominent. It just dropped right off with like these fun little cornice drops into this bowl, just making like these little turns on something that's relatively low angle just to kind of test the snow. But we do notice as the day progresses, the snow is starting to warm up a little bit. We decided that like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Let's keep riding, you know, no big deal. So we tour along the top and we head up a little bit more north into the bowl. And I remember I'm like split skiing up close to the edge and I get within 4 foot from the edge and you know, I'd heard about cornice safety before. I didn't think I was within a danger zone. I get within 4 feet of the edge here, and all of a sudden, I feel my right ski give out. I dive left, and I hear this rumble just take off below me. It sounds a little bit kind of like freight train-ish. I just remember feeling this feeling of, oh, holy
Safety first, Brad.
safety first.
Good thing this we broke this cornice here, huh?
Oh, yeah. I just kind of blacked out in the moment. I dove to my left and I landed on the ground. Just very thankful that I was not going over the falls on this cornice. I kind of get my wits about me and I get up. You know, my buddy T Money was there with me and he like helps me up and we look into this thing.
Woo! All the way over that roller and all the way down there. At least it didn't go all the way down to our first track, so. No, I can see the edge of this thing now. I can see the whole wall, like I'm standing on a wall right now.
You know, I see a run out from the break of the cornice and I'm just looking down into this zone that starts off at about like 38 degrees and it runs down a little bit more mellow, but it's just all this snow. There's chunks there that are like the size of like a VW bug and that had run through these trees and like it's an old burn zone. And I remember seeing like broken off chunks of tree in this and it was a big eye-opener because I feel like if I would have gone off the edge, there's a good chance I would have gotten raked into that and then we would have ended up with a serious emergency back there.
Definitely saved us. It's definitely good to check that. There's the main slide from the cornice up there and then there's those other the wet loose.
Yeah, it's like wet slide.
Yeah, we triggered it from up high, slid down that ridge and kind of into the foreground here. You can see it piling up against the trees. Pretty far down.
But we didn't let it get us down. You know, we ended up breaking another part of the cornice. We were nice and easy and in. We all had each other in spot. We went down a little bit further on the ridge. We found a safer way to get into it and we were able to ride it out. We got probably 2 more laps for that day and the snow started to go pretty quick. And that powder started to kind of like get a little bit more sloshy and a little bit more slushy. It just got warm. You know, a lot of the snow was starting to break. Like I remember coming up onto another spot that had like a little bit of a convex roller and it giving out into like a wet slide avalanche. And it wasn't anything I was in serious concern about, but it started to push and it started to move. And at that point, we made a decision once we got to the bottom that we had to call it a day. We camped in the parking lot there at the snow park as well. We spent the rest of the day over there, just thankful that no serious emergency happened. It was a great vibe. Our buddy Nick that we were there with, I remember he set it up. We put up like a big tarp and we had like a fire pit and everything and we just grilled out and it was super beautiful out there. Since that day, I've moved forward getting some medical training and rope rescue training and working in the field and then also working as an EMT in the off season. You know, and pairing that with like my avalanche education. It's helped me to get the confidence to be in the backcountry a little bit more. You know, if you want the formal education and learning how to navigate in those situations and just kind of like what to look for, those classes will help you. Finding a good mentor is really good too. You know, you shouldn't be deterred from going out, but formal education is a nice thing to have. Especially your avalanche one, I think it's a very informative and intuitive class. You know, last year there's numerous people that died in the Northwest from avalanches. It kind of keeps you a little bit more humble, especially early season. You know, when you learn how to dig a pit and you look at the layers of the snow just being able to kind of see where your weak layers are at and where your crust has formed, and just learning what like surface horror can do to a snowpack or like your sugary snow. You know, it kind of makes you understand a little bit more. Keep tuning in for more of these informational segments. You know, we want to try to build as much content based around outdoor education as possible. And so please like, subscribe, share our page. It's nice to get out in the backcountry and, you know, further yourself in whatever pursuit that you choose. You know, we're here for a big time, not a long time, but let's not make it too short of a time.
Yeah, doggy.